about 5:30 on Wednesday, the 20th of November, 2024. And today I wanted to make a video showing some of my favorite videotapes that I have. So my VHS collection is not very big. I don't intend for it to be very big, but it's kind of a mixture of some tapes that my family had that I kept, and some tapes that I've gotten from thrift stores, some tapes that I've gotten from eBay, and from other sources like that. So I'll show a few of them today, and I hope you enjoy. So I'll show some of the movies that I have first, and the first one I want to show is The Ring. This is the American version of the movie, starring Naomi Watts. Here's the back. I thought it might be fitting to start with a video about a cursed videotape. Watching this movie on VHS is a very unique experience, and I really like it. It's very scary. It's just got a really specific vibe that I really like. This tape was in my family for a long time. We bought it, as you can probably see, we bought it previewed from Blockbuster at some point. And now I have it here. So, this tape is still in very good condition, so I like to watch it. I just rewatched this recently. Next, I also have the original Japanese movie Ring. This is obviously in a kind of rental case with the sleeve. I can show the inside of this one too. Obviously, it's with English subtitles. It was imported. Made in Japan, with a really big text there. You'll remember the name, Sadako. Yeah. It could be my American bias, or just the fact that this movie I saw when I was much younger, so I have a lot more core memories of it, I guess, but I do slightly prefer this movie to this movie. But they're both very good. Both really fun to watch on tape. Next, I have the Blair Witch Project. While not the progenitor of the found footage subgenre, it's, obviously the most famous example of it. And, yeah, I think this is a very unique, very compelling horror movie. Also very fun to watch on tape because, the whole thing was filmed with, those handheld cameras. Yeah, so really fun to watch this one on tape. The Blair Witch Project. Maybe fun's not the right word, but it's a compelling experience, I think, to watch it on tape. Next, The Others. Bonus edition. It just has, you can see on the back, a couple of behind the scenes little featurettes, pieces of content. It's interesting watching videotapes that have special features on the end. Because it's not like a DVD where you can, flip to another section. You actually have to watch the whole movie first, and then, if you want, you can stick around and watch the special features. So, I think that's kind of a different way to experience that kind of content. But this movie, if you haven't seen it, I'd recommend it in any format. It's also got a very thick atmosphere, and I think probably my favorite performance from Nicole Kidman in any movie that I can think of. Maybe The Killing of a Sacred Deer. She's also very good, but I might prefer her in this. She's very good in this. This next one, Saw. I think you might be sensing a theme. Most of my videotapes are horror movies, at least the ones that I'm showing today. I think watching horror movies on VHS is really fun and just a cool way to experience that medium. So this movie, Saw, if you can't tell or if you haven't seen it before, it's a horror film from 2004. I have really specific memories of watching this movie for the first time. I was maybe too young to be watching a movie like this, but I was really nervous, and I ended up really loving it, and then being kind of obsessed with the whole series from maybe middle school on. And this one we bought from the rental store near my house called White Dog Video. You can see the cute little logo there. It doesn't exist anymore, but when I was a kid, I used to ride my bike pretty often with a backpack on from our house to White Dog Video, the video store, and talk to the woman that worked there for a long time about movies and about all sorts of stuff. And then I'd rent some movies and come back home. But she was a really cool lady. She had a really, really small dog, and she really liked to talk about how her son was in the film business, and I thought that was just so cool. She told me he was a stuntman who invented a substance that they could use in movies to put over actors' bodies and then light them on fire so that the fire wouldn't actually hurt them. I thought that just blew my mind. It was so cool. So this movie this tape brings a lot of those memories back, and it's just a movie that I really cherish because it's got a really unique sense of humor, even though it's depicting a lot of really brutal things. So here's this part of the tape. And I like that it's in this protective case because the cardboard part is still in really good condition, and it's just a very nice, satisfying feeling to put it back in there. I'm not super worried showing the phone number or the address of the video store because it doesn't exist anymore, but I might edit it out anyways. So that's Saw. Next, Misery. Kathy Bates. Great performance in this movie. This one, I think I got this one from a thrift store. Salvation Army or something like that. Based on the Stephen King story. If you look at this, there's obviously a lot of different... I don't think $19.95 was the price I paid for it. I definitely didn't pay $89.95 for it. I think 50 cents was the most recent price that was listed on this, and that's what I paid for it. But yeah, you can see, and I'll show you on the actual tape, it came from Tower Video originally. Might be kind of hard to see that with the glare. It's very hard to see it because it's very reflective. but I don't know if any of those exist anymore. But there's Misery. Next, Scream. I just rewatched this tape the other day. This is a movie I can throw on. I've seen it a few times. It's nice to throw on while doing, any kind of busy work because it's just so much fun. It's so funny and all the performances are so great. All of like the hilarious, chase scenes with the... Obviously, you realize near the end why Ghostface is so incompetent, but I won't spoil it in case you haven't seen it yet. And oh yeah, one more cool thing about this one, you can see. I'll put it back. You can see the Dimension Video tape that was covering it, that was sealing it. Here's the front of it. I like what it says there. Recommend this thriller to friends. So if you haven't seen the movie Scream, I recommend it. Definitely recommend this thriller. Cool. Alien is next. I love this cover. It's very evocative, I think. Just the egg there, and this is the 20th anniversary edition. Watching this movie, it kind of blows my mind every time that I watch it, that it came out in 1979. Like, it seems impossible. Very, very fun. Very, like... Yeah, I some of my favorite movies are just ones, even if the writing... And this doesn't apply to Alien, but even if the writing is, like, not the most, I don't know, realistic or, like, beautiful prose or anything like that, a really, like, enveloping atmosphere in a movie can really... it goes a long way for me, I think. And Alien has definitely a very just dark, engrossing atmosphere. Obviously, the themes of isolation are there. They're in space. I'll show you what the front of this one looks like. This one actually has vertical sticker instead of horizontal. But there's that one. Please don't duplicate this disc. The FBI will come for you. Here's the Exorcist 25th anniversary edition. Special edition. Another really cool, evocative cover with a lot of black, a lot of like negative space. And the purple of that title is just so cool. Here's the side. Here's the back. Sorry about this glare. It's really brutal. There's the back there. Something I really like about this, if I can get it open, I'll show you the tape in a second, but it comes with this really cool little art card. I'll show it close up. I just think little pieces of ephemera like that are just so cool. They make me really excited. I'll show you the tape too. I've wanted to put this up on my wall or something, but I haven't, because I just think it's kind of cooler to just leave in the case. So every time I watch this tape, I can take a look at that little card. But here's that. Okay. This one is a little bit unique. I'll show you. Maybe I'll just give a quick trigger warning about gore. If you don't want to see an image of gore, then you can skip to the next part. But this is a kind of special VHS copy of Hereditary. Obviously, it's not official. And the cover is kind of a spoiler. That's what my sister said anyway. I mean, it is. But I guess they're assuming that people that buy this tape have seen the movie already. And it's by a group. I don't know if it's a single person or a group, but they're called Out of Print Video. You see it's got the little horror insignia thing, like it would be, like if it was in a video store. So there's Charlie. Sorry, Charlie. It's got the credits there. Here's the back. It's got the symbol of payment on the bottom. And then you can pause this and read it. If it's too blurry, I might just insert a picture of this. But I think this is super cool. Really well done. Kind of bootleg VHS tape. Here's what the actual tape looks like. So it's got that sticker. And they even have the, even though it comes in a clamshell case, but it has this seal on the bottom. So I don't know if they maybe taped over something else or just put it in a different case. Because it's not Out of Print's logo, so I'm not sure what that's actually from. And here's the front. Here. Rewind or pay the fine. Here's the front sticker. FBI, don't come for me, okay? Don't come for them either. No one should care about this. Legally. I have the DVD as well, okay? Don't come for me. But, yeah, I think this tape is super cool. I haven't gotten any more from this this group or this person before, but when I originally ordered this from eBay, they accidentally sent me a VHS copy of Star Wars: The Last Jedi, which I'm kind of indifferent towards that movie. So I was like, hey, that's not what I ordered. And then they sent me this, and I'm super happy with it. Okay. I think this may be one of the first VHS tapes I ever got. It belonged to my grandmother. This is the Godfather. Another just really, really brilliant cover there. Here's the side. this is a really special tape to me. Obviously, it's got 2 tapes. So once you watch the first cassette, you gotta switch over to this one. I haven't watched this in a while, but if I'm not mistaken, I think the first tape ends around, I think it's around like right before Michael goes to Sicily. Right before everything gets like super, super crazy. But yeah, they're both very heavy tapes because you can see there's a lot of tape in there. But yeah, a cool way to experience this movie. It's The Godfather. This one has been in my family for as long as I can remember, so it's a little bit damaged. But it's in America, the title is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, right? I just love this painted cover. It's just so cool. And it's got never before seen footage. And you've got year 1, even though obviously the whole series wasn't released on VHS, but if you put it next to all the other movies on your shelf, you'd be able to figure out what's what. So it's got the America Online keyword there. That's a little bit dated as well. Yeah, you can see it's been worn a little bit, but the tape itself is still in really good shape. Yeah, despite how recent comments, not so recent, I guess in the last 4 years, comments from the person who wrote these books have changed my relationship to the books and to the movies, as well as a lot of people's opinions towards them, or just feelings towards them. These movies meant a lot to me and my family for a long time, ever since I can remember. So this movie's still very special to me. Got 2 more movies, and then we might take a little break and then show the TV ones. But they're both from Disney or Buena Vista Home Video, but they're both Studio Ghibli movies. So here's Kiki's Delivery Service. There's magic in the air. I mean, I understand it's a kids movie, but that text is just very funny looking to me. I don't know if it's the size of it and the font. It's probably a combination of both of those things. But there's Kiki. This is just an adorable movie. And it's starring a tiny, tiny baby Kirsten Dunst. It's kind of cool to have these big clamshell Disney-style cases. Here's the tape. Oh. Yeah, here's the tape. Cool. The last one. Spirited Away. One of my all-time favorite movies for sure. Just a really remarkable movie. Here's the back here. We used to watch this movie all the time when I was a kid. I really like this black clamshell case too. Yeah. This movie, especially this tape, brings a lot of memories back. Here's the tape itself. Do not duplicate this either. Miyazaki will know. He'll find you. And he'll bring you to justice. Okay. That's all the movies that I wanted to show. I'm going to take a quick break. Okay. I just want to show a couple more tapes of... I don't have very many TV show episodes, but I've got a few from Neon Genesis Evangelion. So here's the first one. This one is actually the dubbed version. It's kind of crazy that the text is just all over the images, but really really cool design for the back for all of these. Yeah, I have a couple of the dubbed version and one of the subtitled version of a couple of the tapes. So something that's really cool about these is that the cassette itself is white. It's giving Ayanami vibes with that cool blue text. Here's the back. I'll show you the other two that I have. This one, when I ordered it, it came in this protective sleeve, so I just have left it in there. Here's the side of this one. I have one more Evangelion tape. This one is subtitled. One of the reasons I kind of like having a couple subtitled ones, or sorry, a couple dubbed ones, is that I'm not fluent in Japanese, so if I want to put on one of these tapes like while I'm falling asleep, sometimes, the words that I don't know can be kind of distracting. But if I'm watching the dubbed version while I'm falling asleep, and because I've seen these episodes so many times, it's not distracting, so I'm able to watch it and relax without having to, keep my eyes glued to the screen the whole time. So that's the 3 Evangelion tapes I have. And then I have a few tapes from, I'll try to bring them all over at the same time, from my favorite show called Twin Peaks. So here's a tape of the pilot. There's James driving away, or riding away, I guess. There's Laura. Here's the back of this one. There's the ever-present homecoming queen picture of Laura. Or the tape of this one. So this one's just the pilot. And then I've got, let's see if I can do this. I've got the all the tapes of the first season. And I'm holding them all up together because if you hold them like that, they spell out Twin Peaks. So it looks really cool on my shelf. But I can show you each one of these tapes. Some of these aren't in such great condition. The actual tape. Some of them, are a little bit damaged, but all the cases are in pretty good condition. So I'll just show you all those. Here's episode 1, and Twin Peaks has kind of a strange numbering convention with the first season because the pilot doesn't count as the first episode. So that's the second episode in the series, but it's episode 001. They're the boys. They're my favorite boys. I do adore Kyle MacLachlan. Who doesn't? That's not a very unpopular opinion, I don't think. Here's everyone at the funeral with a nice big donut. Before Bobby went kind of like on his righteous tangent. I think he was completely, maybe resulting to violence was not the answer, but I kind of agree with everything that he says at the funeral. Which again, I don't really think is an unpopular opinion. Look at this man. This slice of pie, come on. You kidding me? There's Margaret. With a cup of coffee, of course. There's Maddie, too. And Norma. Audrey, One-Eyed Jacks. I really like the design of all of these. The fact that it has, the title card on all of them and then something specific to the episode or just like featuring a character or featuring, some kind of object, motivic object. I think it's so cool. And here's the final episode of of season 1. With our boy Jacoby. Our boy Dr. Amp. With the cassette tape. They got Hawk, Dr. Hayward, and Sheriff Truman. I also love, on all of these tapes, they were distributed by a company called World Vision Home Video, and it says not affiliated with World Vision International, a religious and charitable organization. They had to make it really clear that that's not who distributed it. That's not who distributed these Twin Peaks tapes. Okay, so that's all the tapes I wanted to show for this video today. Let me know what you think. Hopefully it wasn't too hard to see some of the tapes. I know there's glare, and I'm using my computer camera. But let me know what you thought, and I hope you appreciated it. I hope you have a good day. I appreciate you watching. Thank you.